cleric, with me.
And what is up, everybody? My name is Chaotic Skittle, and welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Neverwinter. This is the 4th time trying to record this, and I only hope that this is able to actually be finished. Dungeons & Dragons Neverwinter is a free-to-play MMORPG. We are currently free-to-play because that's all I can afford right now. There are multiple races to choose from, as you can see from this glorious selection we have. I'll start with the ones that are, in fact, free-to-play, starting with the half-orc, of course. Half-human, half-orc. And we got the actual human, the drow or dark elf, dwarf, the wood elf, the sun elf, the half elf, the halfling, and the tiefling. To the races that are members only / DLC only, we have the Menzo Barons and Renegades and the Dragonborn. And since this is the 4th time recording this, I know exactly what my character is going to look like. Going with the half-elf, and I'm going with a female. Mainly because when I started my DC Universe Online Let's Play, I did a guy, so I figured I'd keep it kind of equal and go with a female. The first time I did this recording, I went with the racial stereotype that elves are hunters and gave her a bow. But the second time I actually recorded this, I went with the troll wizard And the third time, I didn't get past the character creation because my computer's like, you know what, I'm just going to shit on his day and make it worse. But found out I actually do enjoy the control wizard, so it is the one we will be going with. For the ability scores, as a control wizard, our primary ability is intelligence, marked in purple, and our secondary abilities are wisdom and charisma, marked in blue. Now, I am going to cut here, and I'm going to try to get the best rolls I can, and then when we come back, I will tell you what each of these particular attributes do. Okay, and we're back. Starting with our abilities, intelligence being our main. Intelligence describes how well a character learns and reasons. Pretty much, how smart can we be. Charisma measures force of personality, persuasiveness, and leadership. So pretty much, if we were a tricky bastard, trickster, or prankster or something, this will measure how well people fall for our tricks and such. That is the best analogy that I can give you guys. Wisdom measures common sense, perception, self-discipline, and empathy. Still not sure exactly what this does per se, but I'm gonna guess it has something to do with like accuracy, aiming, such as that. Constitution. Oh, excuse me. Constitution represents a character's health, stamina, and vital force. How much health we have, how hard or how long we can take a beating. Dexterity measures hand-eye coordination, agility, reflexes, and balance. This measures our dodging and how well we can actually get out of the way of shit. Strength. This is mainly for people who are melee and get in your face with the boss or add. This measures a character's physical power. How hard can they swing that sword? But we are going to go with these particular stats we are happy with. Next is on to our appearance, which is probably one of my favorite parts in any MMO, but also one of the most trickiest parts in any MMO. Their presets look really bad, so we're going to start from scratch, and it's not really scratch for me because, like I said, this is like the third time I've done this. I'm going to go with a young face, and I'm going to give myself a slight bit of color, so I'm not like a pure white elf or a dark elf, but I'm going to give myself a little bit of pink color. Hair. There are a decent amount of hairstyles, but none that I am particularly like, oh my god, that looks amazing. So I'm gonna go with Miley Cyrus hair. I think it looks the best, and it matches the backstory that I will be giving the character later on. We're gonna go with a black secondary and a kind of red primary. Actually, do I want to go with like a... Ooh. Actually, nah. This was like a blue. Definitely go with the blue. But we're gonna go with the red primary. Makes her look a little badass. For eyes, we're gonna go... There's a lot of different eye styles. You can be blind, which I don't know why you want to make your character blind. You can have hurt, make your eyes like completely red. But I'm just gonna go with your standard issue, medium pupil, and I'm gonna give myself some really gorgeous blue eyes because look at those eyes. Those eyes are just ridiculous. Eyebrows. A lot of different choices on eyebrows, but I'm just gonna go with the natural, and I'm gonna make it follow the black so it kind of sticks out a little bit more. Tattoos. This will fit into the kind of backstory I've developed for my character, and I'm gonna go with the fading, and I'm not gonna go with that putrid green. If anything, I would go with a blue, but I'm gonna stick with the black just because first it makes our eyes stand out much more. Like it just makes our eyes pop and gives us a little bit of evil to us. And this is going to fit nice with the background that I'll be getting into. I don't think I'm going to give her any scars. It might just kind of ruin it. And I'm probably not going to change her body shape too much either. I mean, it looks perfect the way it is. I mean, if anything, I can go with Slim. We'll go with Slim this time. And just to change it up a bit. But look at that booty, though. That booty. We're not going to change anything else in the body scaling or the face scaling. It just seems kind of nice. But we will continue on. And it started perfectly with the city that we were going to talk about. We're going to go start... Our character's origin will be from Luskan. But instead of being a Luskan bounty hunter, as it says right here, we are going to be an ex-gang member. The dismal city of Luskan festers on the northern shores of Sword Coast, its days of glory and prominence far behind it. A magnet for freaks, cast-off, and fugitives, Luskan replenishes its dying population with a steady stream of exiles fleeing justice or persecution. Most people who end up in Luskan soon look for a way out, a chance to escape a pointless death at the hands of madmen, fiends, or worse. And as an ex-gang member, we're given a little bit of backstory. It says we were a member of a small but dangerous group of thugs, but after a betrayal, we're left for dead on the streets. This, I'm really going to try to stay true to. I actually like the idea of being like an ex-gang member, maybe looking out for revenge or something, kind of like your basic movie. But then we move over to deity affiliations. I've read through some of these, and most of them just really sound retarded. But I'm going to go with Tempus Temporum. Tempus is the god of battle and patron of martial prowess. He is revered by all warriors from the lowliest soldier to the mightiest warlord. The fearless lord of battle views war as a force of nature that shapes and reshapes civilizations. That sounds just really cool. And now on to one of the hardest parts about any MMO game, and that is creating a name for ourselves. Since I've already done this 2 times completing the character, I'm going to go with the name that it actually allows me to have. And that is Eliza Silentread. Because where would we be in a world where we actually didn't have that? Level 1! Look out! Dragolet!
Hey, are you alright?
Move around using the W, A, S, and D keys.
And we're in! Okay. Now, before I even think about getting started, if you excuse me guys real quick, I'm going to cut right here. I'm going to change my settings. And we're back. Let's walk over here, talk to Private Wilfred.
Move to Private Wilfred. Press F when close to talk to him.
Yes, Mr. Narrator, sir.
Thank the gods! When I saw the Dracolich attack the ship, I was afraid there would be no survivors. What brings you to Neverwinter in such troubled times?
Okay, going back to the fact that I am an ex-gang member, when I think of gangs, I think of robbing, looting, pillaging, plundering, stealing shit just because we can. So I'm going to stick with the #1 choice, that I am seeking adventure and riches.
Adventure I can guarantee. Riches is up to you. As you may have noticed, Neverwinter is under attack. The necromancer Valindra is assaulting the city with her undead legions. Plenty of opportunities for an aspiring adventurer to make a fortune. Search the wreckage along the shore for your gear. It's dangerous to go unarmed right now. When you finish, head up to the camp at the top of the hill. They've got a nice warm fire up there. You'll feel better once you've dried out.
Thank you, Mr. Private Wilfred. I will do that.
The quest path leads to your next objective. Press Z to toggle it on and off.
Yes.
Waypoints appear on the map to mark your quest's objectives.
Yes, sir, Mr. Narrator, sir.
Press F to interact with characters and objects. Press I to open your inventory. Double-click an item to equip it.
And we are...
Press the Alt key to toggle mouse cursor and mouse look modes.
We're already starting to look better.
Quest tracker displays current quest objectives.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator, sir. So, we're already starting to look a little bit better. Don't look completely naked, so that's good. But let's get up the hill here.
Campfires or rest zones where out-of-combat players may heal.
Epic half work. You wonder if that guy's a half-orc? We're gonna chill by this fire real quick. Shaboopy. Phantom Acid.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
It's good to see someone survive the attack on the ship. When you feel ready, please speak to me again. I'm afraid I need your help. Although we stopped Valindra's main force, the battle is far from over. The battlefield is crawling with mindless undead who lost their masters in the fighting. To make matters worse, the enemy is raising our dead to use against us. Acolyte Naaman is performing a ritual of Kelimvor to lay the newly dead to rest. That is sure to draw an attack here. I must stay and make sure Naaman finishes her ritual. Could you search the battlefield for any wounded we missed and send them here? After you finish with the wounded, go to Del McCourt's camp and tell him our situation.
Yes, sir, Lieutenant Linkletter. See, I wonder, do you have a cousin named Chainletter? Okay, fine, be weak. Jesus. Just curious.
Left click to launch magic missiles at a single enemy.
Left click.
Hover your reticle over objects and enemies to target them.
Yes, sir.
Arcane powers build stacks of arcane mastery. Each stack increases your arcane damage.
Yeah. Look at the missiles. Shizzy! Nothing is going to stand a chance against me. I am going to wreck shit. Go down here, help this guy up.
I won't make you.
So, my favorite thing so far about this game is probably definitely the combat. I love the way the combat moves look, whether it's the whole missiles, just all the things I've seen so far. I have another character that I started playing this game just to see if I can test it, see if I actually like it. It's a Scourge Warlock, and the combat is so awesome looking. It's so badass. And like I said, I had a level 2